even if I touch a meal. And do it through the pain, I don't need the pain. And life won't get me down, but it won't break my will. Cause I've been chasing this so long, I can't give up. I won't give in, been through too much. I done prayed for the money, I done prayed for the fame. I done prayed that I will make a sacrifice and play this game. I done prayed that my life would never be the same. I done prayed that I will make it bring glory to my name.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, this podcast is brought to you by Final Form Supplements. Final Form Supplements is a supplement brand with honesty labeling. So the labeling in supplements is Wild Wild West. Sometimes labels aren't honest. They have things in there that's on in there. We don't have to worry about that with Final Form Supplements. We got everything you need from protein powder, creatine, skin care, soap for your skin, handcrafted soap, and we have all kinds of things. Go to finalformsubs.com, that's SUPPS, finalformsubs.com, use promo code COACHSTRIB, all caps, no space, get 10% off your order, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe on whichever video you're watching here at Ivy Talks Podcast Network, and enjoy the show.
But yeah, it just seems like every year when August hits, especially September, because September, you got September, October. It's like, okay, you got
because you got the holidays, bro. I swear.
That's right. So in the fall, you really only have 2 full months. After that, November, half of it's kind of the holiday, and then December, for depending on what industry you work in. Like for me, the whole month of December is a holiday, basically.
Right.
School's out for the whole month of December for the most part. Like finals week is the first week, and I don't have finals. So really, my semester, I still have research, but in terms of like responsibility, in terms of TA, our last lab is next week. After Thanksgiving break, I'm done until the third week of January. In terms of other responsibilities, I still going to be doing research and all that stuff, but that stuff's fun. That's the fun. That's stuff you're looking forward to doing. It's the grading. I enjoy teaching, but like, it's a thing. Like you got to grade, you teach. Half the time the lab doesn't go the way you expect it. So half the time you're putting out fires, or half the time you're trying to figure out, because when we do the labs on Monday, because we have to do the labs on Monday. So Monday I go in, I literally get the same lab that they get, and I have to do it myself. So half the time, not even half the time, 90% of the time when I do the lab, it goes perfectly fine. Nothing's wrong. So I do the lab, and then I get to Tuesday, Wednesday when my labs come in, something's not right with theirs. So now I have to figure out, I'm troubleshooting like, okay, you set the hertz, okay, the right frequency, go into the prop, go into your setup. Okay, is that set? Because like when I do it, nothing goes, every now and then something will go wrong. So when it goes wrong in class, I know why. But most of the time it goes off without a hitch. And then I'll have half of my students struggling because something, I'm like, I don't know why it's doing that, because they didn't do that for me. So you're just, bro, it's a lot. It's a lot, but.
Sounds like you have students making the atom bomb, apparently.
I don't know what they do.
Blowing shit up, catching shit on fire.
Bro, I've had a group, because it's in group. The labs are in groups of 4. Right. I had one group completely crash a computer doing something with the software. They're doing the lab.
They're just making viruses, bro.
The computers crash. I was like, what are y'all doing? Like, what are y'all guys doing? Like, we don't know.
Viruses, bro. They're bringing back the good old days when we were kids on the computer. We might be so old now, and the kids that you're teaching are what, like 20, 21, 19 years old?
Younger, yeah, 18, 19. I'm teaching freshmen.
Bro, they don't even know about the days of crashing computers, like LimeWire, bro.
Oh yeah.
They have no idea, bro. And what's crazy is, like, I guess that's because we were like at the end of an era, basically, of that shit. Like at our age group, we were at the end of there, and they're only like 10 years younger than us. So it's really not that big of an age gap, per se.
Shit.
But we were at the end of an era, bro. We were giving our computers like HIV/AIDS with that shit, bro.
Oh yeah, we had some of those viruses. Once you got them, you got to throw it out.
Dude, it'd be like, you would just be like, you download like 5 fucking songs and just hope to God your computer didn't crash. Dude, that thing, LimeWire was like worse than pornography on the computer, bro. That shit
virus-wise, yeah.
Yeah, dude. That shit. That was like, I swear to God, it was AIDS for your computer. That shit would just crash. You'd be in the middle download, like,
You're literally playing Russian roulette. It's basically like having unprotected text.
me.
You're just having that's what it is. Unprotected text. You might not get a virus, but if you keep fucking around, you download enough songs. You keep fucking around
You download enough. And you knew, like,
you're gonna get one.
You'd be like that one fucking song you really wanted to put on the MP3, and you just like, and you just knew the file was corrupted bad, and you just knew it. You could look at it because the title would be like DJ Unk walking out 1 2 3 4 8 7 7 6 72 15 Y, and you're just looking at it like, oh
yeah. But you listen to the preview and it's like it's like the best
perfect.
quality. Yeah. It's not no bullshit quality, and you're like, I don't know if I should download it.
Damn it. Sure shit, you did it anyway, and then bam. God dang it.
Oh man, those are the days, bro.
Malwire.
Oh, the computer's going, hey, you gotta shut off.
Malwire.
You gotta just unplug the computer at that point. You gotta unplug the computer.
You gotta reset it immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Oh my God, that's hilarious, bro.
These kids will never understand the struggle of that. They've had iTunes all their lives. They'll never understand.
That is crazy, bro. Like back in the day, if you wanted to make a playlist for the road, you used to have to download it LimeWire and then burn it to a CD.
Yes.
And you had like the CD holders of like different playlists.
CD or MP3, yep.
Or
Sure did.
MP3.
I used to have an MP3. You could get a USB on it, so you stick it right in the computer. And then you would have to, after you download the song, like you would have to save a file, basically file it into a file, drag that song from the file over to your MP3 to get it to transfer. Yeah, it was a whole.
Yeah, my dad.
What an era! You just had to be there.
My dad would make CDs for the road, and so he had this big old stack. You know those blank CDs you could buy in like a little cylinder.
Yeah.
So he used to have those. I know I remember one time he had like a playlist for his motorcycle, and it was just a bunch. So I used to take those and just make different like playlists. This is back when like the like I remember it was like the old school TI, like
bro.
The old school
Rubber Band
like
Man,
young,
24.
The young Lil Wayne with the short dread Lil Wayne that always
the Carter.
Okay.
The original Carter.
Yeah, I used to download
Best
all
rapper alive.
The old school stuff, bro.
Yeah, bro, dude.
Of course, some Jay-Z.
Kids these days will never know, bro. What an era. What a time to be alive. We really were in a great time to be a kid, honestly. What an era.
It really was. Outside all the time.
Outside all the time, because we had our gaming systems, but like you still preferred to play outside. Like
they weren't as big as they are now. So
most
of the time you're outside anyway.
It wasn't an institution like it is now.
No.
I
mean, I remember a time before like we even really had consoles, because when consoles first came out, you had to have your parents had to have some fucking money to get them shits at first,
or they'd like had to save for a year.
Yeah,
and that was
saved up for
that. Was the one. Like I remember, like me and my older brother were into gaming, and he had like Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64, like all that shit. And I remember the first PlayStation 1 coming out, and like my parents really told us, they were like, okay, like this is it. This is your Christmas. That's it for both of you.
Yep, we shared
it. The PS2, when it came out, same thing. They basically told my older brother, like, dude, this is your birthday, your Christmas. Like, this is it. This is all you get.
And it's for both of
the console and these two games.
Yeah, and we had me and Kylan, we shared them. We couldn't have our own. Oh no, we shared.
No, hell no, hell no. I remember when I was real little, I wanted an Xbox so bad. The original Xbox, and they were just like, this is your birthday, your Christmas. This is like your next 2 birthdays and your Christmas. Like,
and it was well worth it.
Don't expect shit but a birthday cake for the next 2 years on your birthday.
Hey, so
I didn't give a fuck, dude.
It was worth it.
It was.
Is that Calvin? Oh, there he is. Calvin, we talking about back in the day.
What do you mean back in the day? Like
we talking about
just an era, bro.
Just we grew up like when like back in the day when you wanted to get songs, you went to LimeWire, but your computer would get viruses and downloading songs to CDs back in the day.
Oh, bro,
You're
my
giving
mom
you
pissed off at me, bro. The
you give
McAfee shit used to like always detect shit. She's like,
Alert! We detected a virus.
she's like, Kevin, what the hell is Lil Wayne such and such?
yeah yeah.
I was
The
just
fuck-
talking about the Lil Wayne shit
the fuck-
we
what, what,
download.
what is the Gucci Man Trapaholics
Yeah.
Volume 3 mixtape? Like, she's like, what the fuck is this?
Mom, I want to listen to Lemonade by Gucci Mane.
Bro, she heard a song by Gucci Man. She's like, this is the shit you listen to? I was like, yeah. She's like, trash.
Damn.
She's a very freaky girl.
Oh yeah, she heard that one too. She's like, nah.
That's what me and Fives were talking about. I was like, and you would download shit and you knew the file was corrupted bad. Because I said it'd be like Lil Wayne, Hustlers Music, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Y7B, 18, 19, exclamation point. And you knew it too. You just looking at it and you would preview it and it would sound perfect. And you're like, fuck, it's the best sounding one. But I know if I download this, my computer's gonna die immediately.
Hey, as long as it was on
You always went the risk, bro.
what however you got on the iPod, bro, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Bro,
It's all that mattered, bro. That's all that mattered. That's
the iPad, that looking back at it now, it's crazy how easy the iPad was to just steal music. Because you could download on LimeWire, and back in the day, if you plugged in your iPad, you could, like you said, Mark, for your MP3, you could just drag saved music into your iTunes library.
Right. Yes.
Bro, people used to steal the
because LimeWire was still around. Around when the iPod started getting like the touch iPod. Y'all remember that? Like the first
touch
iPod, right?
Yeah.
And like it was still around, and you could cheat the system with it. Yes.
The amount of music bootlegs back then, bro, had to have been crazy.
Because you were cheating the situation with the MP3 and the iPod Shuffle.
And then remember when they came out the first touch iPod, they didn't get viruses.
No.
So you would just download all kinds of your computers get messed up. But once you get on the iPod, bro, you had all
good.
Good. Nothing was going wrong with it or nothing, bro.
And cats were jailbreaking those like crazy.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Dude, everybody, you weren't a cool kid unless you jailbroke your shit.
Bro. I used to get scared because, jailbreaking was illegal. And I was a kid, so I wasn't even that young because that's not that long ago.
That was middle school, bro. Like middle school. Yeah.
Yeah, middle school up until high school.
Right.
I remember when I was I forget which bowl we went to. It might have been my freshman year. We got a Best Buy gift card. I bought an iPod, a touch iPod. So that was almost as an adult. It's because they were still booming back then.
Yes.
And bro, I used to be so scared because in middle school I was like, they're illegal. You're not supposed to jailbreak them. So I used to think if I did it, somebody would catch me. So I was always scared to get my shit jailbroken. And then if you jailbroke, you couldn't update it. You couldn't trade it in.
Right.
So like there's stuff you couldn't do if you did do it like that. But yeah, bro, that shit. What a time.
It was an era, bro. Because we were talking about his students like being like 19, 20, 21 years old. And I'm like, damn, they weren't around. Like, I don't even know we're only basically like 10 years older than them. They weren't around for like LimeWire and all that shit. They didn't understand like none of that shit, bro. They don't understand it. Imagine your students listening to this right now and being like, these old farts are talking about touch iPods.
They probably even know I don't even know if they know what iPods are.
No, they don't. The iPod Shuffle, the Nano, nothing. They don't have a clue.
I actually my last week's labs is next week. I might ask my labs. It's last week. I got a question for y'all. I'm gonna ask them who knows what an iPod is. Who because it's actually crazy to think about because that was like the biggest.
They've always had iPhones, bro.
Finest. Ask them what a BlackBerry is.
Oh my God.
They're not gonna.
Dude, that was the phone before iPhone, bro. That was it was the BlackBerry and it was the Motorola Rose, the Ray, was it? Yeah, the Raze, yes,
the flip.
Nah, bro. It was a Sidekick too.
Well, the Sidekick
That's
came
the one
out,
that had the flip and it had the
the
keyboard. Yeah.
Dude, the Sidekick was an elite phone. I mean, it was an elite. All you did is flipped it up, and it was basically a fucking computer. You just
Oh, it was so dope. That was
like
like
a
the coolest shit
keyboard,
ever,
bro.
bro.
Just a full ass keyboard.
You could be like talking to the phone and hold up, flip.
Uh-huh. And I think it was like the first phone where it wouldn't end your phone call like that. Like if you started, I think, because people would text and shit or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it was like one of the first phones. If you flipped it up, your phone call wouldn't end,
Would it end?
or something like that.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy because I remember my very first phone was that Nokia brick
Yeah,
phone.
hell
Didn't
yeah.
flip or nothing. Just bro, I thought I was the
Mine was
coolest
too,
cat.
bro.
Bro, I thought I was the coolest shit ever with that phone, bro.
Dude, my
That's
first
crazy.
phone was that. Y'all remember that shit? What were they called?
You talking the one with the four
I
buttons?
had a rant.
No, bro. I'm talking about. It was like the Go phone or something where you paid like for your minutes and your texting and all that shit as you went.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I never had that one.
I did, bro. I thought I was doing something with that fucking phone, dude.
Yeah, I remember the Razor, bro. Everybody was like, because it was so thin.
Dude, yeah, bro. That the Razor was like iconic,
Yeah.
like iconic.
Motorola.
I mean, it was like I just remember the Razor was like if you didn't have a Razor, you were a loser. And
Oh,
then like seriously, you were just a loser.
Oh, man, it's crazy how times have changed, bro.
Now look at iPhones, bro. It's crazy.
They
Think
got,
about that, bro. We came when we were born. They had cell phones, but they were those huge
brick phone.
army looking phones, right?
Yeah, the brick
And
ones.
now you go like you just go over the top. Dude, we've seen every generation. We'll see every generation until we pass away of iPhone. Like we knew where we were when the
Oh,
first
like
iPhone
iPhone
came out.
1 all the way up to whenever the last one we see.
Yes,
Yeah.
bro. Think about that.
Yeah. That is crazy. I'm about to trade in because I got the 14, so I'm up for the 16.
Yeah.
I actually want to get it. I'll probably get it December 1st. My last payment on my 14 is December. So and I could trade in I have the 10. I'm gonna trade in my 10. I trade in my 10 for $400 off. And so to take my monthly payments from 50 down to like 30 something. So I'm gonna get and I'm gonna make my 14 is gonna be my social media phone that my 10 is right now. So I'm gonna do that every 2 years, trade in my social media phone, make my current phone at the time my social media phone, then get the new one. Because that 16 got that AI in there. I'm gonna see what it's talking about.
When does the 16 come out next fall?
So we'll see.
15 just came out, right?
Mark, I think you're covering your mic.
The 15 just came out, right? Is that the newest generation?
It came out last year. 16's out now.
Oh, 16.
Yeah.
I got a 13 and my shit's paid off. I don't know. I just don't give a shit.
I thought about doing that, waiting a year with a phone paid off, so I'm not paying for a phone bill, but they get so outdated so quick. So
dude, bro, tell me about it, bro. My 13, I can already tell. Like the battery don't last nearly as long. It just can't keep up with the new iOS. It's not meant for it.
Yeah, and then the new iOS takes up so much space with the older phones.
And this fucker gets hot, like because it's trying to.
So I looked into that lawsuit Apple lost about them slowing down your service and stuff on purpose.
When you don't have a newer phone, I've heard about that.
Now, do you know why? I read into why they did it because I was curious, like, why would you do that? I read into why they did it. The reason why they did it is because the reason why they did it is the older iPhones, when you download the newer iOS, it takes up more space and it's not built to handle the new stuff.
Nope.
So it burns your battery. So to counteract your battery being burnt, they slow down the service because I think some type of clause they have where they say that the battery's supposed to last a certain amount of time, assuming the battery's healthy, because they have like the battery health in your settings now. But if your battery health is, let's assume it's healthy, they make a statement of how long your battery lasts. And basically, if your phone battery doesn't last that long, it's technically like a false claim or something like that, like something like nuanced. So the way to keep that, stay within the confines of what they claim, they have to slow down the service so the battery lasts a certain amount of time. But that's why they did that, which I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. But
yeah, I'm just gonna get a new phone anyway because this shit's just older. I mean, it runs hot. Like it's running hot right now. As I have no charger. Yeah.
Do you have iOS 18 on it?
Hmm?
Yeah, so it's probably running real hot like all the time.
Like I can feel it right now as I'm holding this fucker.
Yeah. Well, you gotta get you a tripod, bro. I got mine on a tripod. And then you can do it as a text right off, bro. It's for work. Calvin, remember
I'm a
when we
podcaster. Don't you know?
Bro, I'm not, bro. When me and Calvin take our trips, I'd be, bro, we gotta do a podcast so I can count it as a work trip.
Yeah.
But I literally, because I have the podcast is under my LLC now.
Right.
And so my LLC is tied to my gym stuff and the supplements. So I make money under my LLC because I group all of it under it's a general production company. So I produce workout programs, I produce fitness apps, I produce podcasts, videos for the gym, whatever. So if I travel and do a podcast and stuff like that, the money I spent to travel for the podcast and the content creation counts as work. And it's a legitimate business because I do make money under the thing. So that's how I used to finesse the traveling stuff. We would do a pod.
True.
You gotta finesse, bro. All right. I'm gonna see if I can find some let's see if I can find some quick trivia, bro. Calvin, what's the word, bro?
What you mean?
What's the word, bro? What's going on?
What you mean? What's the word?
What's going on, bro?
I mean, nothing. It's same shit, different day.
How does it feel to be
Old
a little older?
It's normal.
Bro.
I still got my hairline and no gray hair yet. So
did I text you yesterday?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. I text you happy birthday, right?
Yeah, it was in the group message with T.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget because I have your shit on my
Happy birthday, Calvin.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the jury, yesterday was Calvin's birthday. He's turned 43. So congratulations, Calvin.
Man, he looked a lot better than me. And I ain't even 30 yet. God, dog.
You say what?
I said, if he's 43, he look a lot better than I do. I ain't even 30 yet. And stay single, Calvin. You want to you say you got no gray hair. You ain't losing that. It ain't thinning. Stay single then.
Is that a real thing? Like, is that like honestly? Is that like a real thing? Like, I really want to gather like a pool of married dudes and really ask them, is that true?
Listen, bro. Don't get me wrong. I love my wife dearly. Obviously, I married the woman, but I always mess with her and say, "Look, I didn't have no white. I didn't have no white in my beard. I didn't have no white hair. My hairline was thick. It's now thin as shit." I said, all that happened after you came into my life. What the hell? What are you doing to me, woman? You're killing me.
Now, I will say there have been studies that hair loss can be attributed to stress. So I'm sure there is some type of correlation or some type of effect with being married and being in a relationship, because not saying that marriage is stressful, but, when you commit yourself,
it is.
When you commit yourself to one person, it's a lot. So that there probably is some type of correlation there between marriage and hair loss, just from stress in general. But also my friend Amilcar has the same birthday on the 13th. But what'd you do for your birthday, bro?
Shit. Went golfing with Hunter, and then that started raining, so we called it quits right after we hit the back nine. And then after that, I went and ate at Longhorn.
There you go.
Came back, didn't do nothing, played video games. Like, I didn't do nothing, bro. Like, I just took off this whole week, to be honest. I just been chilling.
No cigar lounge, bro?
Nah. I wanted to, but at the same time, I was just like, plus it was raining too, bro, and I was like, fuck that.
Yeah. No, I've
Yeah,
So
been.
it was raining hard yesterday.
bro, and the thing about it was supposed to rain. When we looked at the weather, it said it's only supposed to rain from like 2 to like 3, and it was like sprinkle, bro. That shit was coming
It's
down.
bucket, son.
Bro, like, and then you got to factor in like you're in the golf cart and you driving, so like the rain is, you think the rain's hitting the windshield, so it's looking like
Mhm.
it's coming down harder than what it actually is.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you step out to hit the ball, you soaked, you mad as hell. So
Mhm.
I knew we had to leave. I knew it was time to leave when my socks started getting wet a little bit. I said, "Yeah, we need to leave right now." But we got,
Mm-mm-mm.
because I hate that shit. I hate wet socks. It pisses me off.
Understandably.
But yeah, shit.
Bro,
Yeah,
I
bro.
just cut my tongue on this goddamn lollipop.
I hate that shit. I hate that when it cuts your gums too.
Oh my god, that's the
It's
worst.
terrible.
I hate it with popcorn when you're eating it and the shit gets stuck between your
Oh,
teeth.
dude, I have to floss immediately after eating popcorn.
It- that's like one of my pet peeves with popcorn. But other than that,
All right,
shit.
what category do you want the trivia?
What
What
cat?
categories are there?
Whatever you want. I'm just Google Gemini it, so it'll give me it, whatever. What are y'all thinking,
I don't care.
Calvin?
I'm
Just give me
listening.
just give me 2 or 3 topics that I'll put in.
History, sports,
Any sport, any
sports,
sports or football and basketball.
football, basketball,
Yeah,
history, movies, TV
yeah.
shows. Shit, I don't know.
All right, let's see what it gives me. All right, history. All right, this didn't give me the answers. I need the answers with them. Well, the first one's easy. Who was the first president of the United States?
By George, Mr. Washington.
Then
What was the name of the first English colony in North America?
New England.
Not a bad guess, but no.
First colony.
First established city or colony from.
Well, they landed at Plymouth, which is in Massachusetts. So I'm gonna go with Massachusetts or Virginia. Is it Massachusetts or Virginia? Fuck.
I think I
Because
don't know.
Roanoke, I think Roanoke was like the first actually settled area in the United States. You know what? I'm just gonna throw a guess. Virginia.
It's not a state.
Oh, Roanoke then.
No. Any more guesses?
Is it Plymouth?
No.
Wow. First colony?
Mm-hmm. English colony.
English colony.
If that makes any difference.
It's not Roanoke. It's not Plymouth.
Boston.
Mm-mm. It's not a big city. It's not a big, like, well-known city. Well, yeah, it's not like a big city you would think of off the bat.
I'm not gonna get that then.
Jamestown.
Mm,
West Virginia? Is that
it's
West?
Virginia.
Yeah.
Damn. I should have prodded you a little more in the Roanoke. Like, is it in this vicinity?
Which war led to the United States gaining its independence?
Revolutionary War.
Bingo. Who was the leader of the American Revolution
The leader?
during the war?
George Washington.
Yes, sir.
He's a top
He was,
general.
he was, I think there's been 4 generals that become presidents, and George Washington was
He's
obviously the first.
one. Ulysses S. Grant is one.
Yeah.
Andrew Jackson's one. I don't know who the other one would be.
Hang on, I'm gonna try to look it up.
Oh, duh. Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Yep. Wait. Oh, I guess there's more than 4.
So I said Grant. I said Jackson. I said
Oh,
Eisenhower.
this is also including vice president. So yeah, there's 4 presidents. Like Benjamin Harrison became vice president. No, he was
He was
president.
president. He just died pretty quickly.
Was he?
I think he got assassinated, actually. Or he
Yeah.
died from sickness.
All right. Football. Who was the all-time leading scorer in NFL history?
It's going to be a kicker. I don't know all Gary Anderson.
No.
Sebastian Janikowski.
No.
Damn it. I don't know. It's got to be a kicker, though.
Adam Vinatieri.
Vinatieri? Wow.
2,673 points.
I was right on the kicker. I just didn't pick the right kicker. Two kickers.
Which team won the most Super Bowls?
Isn't the Patriots and Steelers tied for the most Super Bowls? Or is it the Patriots?
I don't know if this is updated or not. Let me check.
Pats have 6, right?
Oh, this is not updated. This is the one thing about AI. Some of their stuff is outdated information. Depends on the last time their information was updated. It is the New England Patriots. It was the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right, that's what it was. They passed them. Yeah.
Yeah, this says Pittsburgh Steelers, but all right. Who was the first African American head coach in the NFL?
Oh, Jesus. I have no idea.
Art Shell.
Art Shell. Didn't know that.
Ooh, this one might be outdated too. What's the longest field goal in NFL history?
65.
I think
It's definitely outdated because Justin Tucker hit from like 65 versus the Lions.
this was outdated. It said 64 by Matt Ratter. But yeah, Tucker passed that.
Tucker had like a 65, 66-yarder versus the Lions a couple years back.
Bro, this is so outdated. Who's the all-time leading scorer in NBA history?
LeBron, a.k.a.
This says Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think this was I think this information only goes up to probably like 2020, I think. Because this has Boston Celtics as the most NBA championships, but it was
That's
Lakers
true.
and Boston's tied until Boston just won this past year. What's the longest three-point shot in NBA history, and who is it by? And it's by a current NBA player.
I'm going to go Steph Curry.
It is not.
This is going to be like a 95-foot three or something from like just outside the baseline, probably.
You're very close on the distance. It can't be 95 because the courts, I don't think, are 95 feet long, are they? I think they're 40.
I don't know. That's just a guesstimate. That was just a guesstimate.
Yeah, I think it's actually, let me look at, because I know they're different from.
I don't know.
I will tell you it's 93 feet.
93. So basically, right off the inbounds.
Oh no, that exit out of my Google Gemini. God damn it. You want to guess who?
Is it like a current superstar or no?
Yes.
Superstar. James Harden.
No, it is a guard.
A guard. Not Steph Curry, not Harden, though.
Nope.
Who's hit some big time deep threes? Dame Lillard.
Bingo.
How about that?
He is Dame?
Yep.
Damn. I didn't think that was him.
He caught that bitch right off the inbounds. Chuck that hoe.
Bro, I accidentally exited out my Google Gemini. Is it still here? Oh, I got it back up. All righty. Who's the first African American head coach in the NBA?
I don't know that one.
I don't either.
Bill Russell.
Oh, hell.
What team?
I think Boston. I think it's because he was a player coach. He was a coach and a player at the same time. No, not was he head coach when he was a player too?
How can you be a head coach and a player?
Well, back then a lot of the shit flew back then.
Nah, that's
All right, some of these are just too easy. Who played the role of James Bond in the movie Dr. No?
James Bond. Sean Connery.
Bingo. What's the name of the longest running TV show in history?
Oh fuck. It's got to be like Family Guy or South Park. Simpsons.
You're on the right. You're like
Simpsons.
right in that area.
Simpsons.
Bingo. Who played the role of Sherlock Holmes in the BBC series Sherlock? And this
Was
is
it,
a more recent.
was it
gonna
Benedict
say none of
Cumberbatch?
these right, bro.
Bingo. Okay, Mark. Good. Mark on a little hot streak.
Hey, Mark, you just take over, bro. I ain't gonna get nothing. Right. I'm gonna be honest. I'll throw out random shit, and it won't even be nowhere close.
All right. What's the name of the first episode of Game of Thrones?
That I think I should know. Winter's coming.
Bingo. Yes, sir. All right. That's all the ones that the thing gave me. That was good. That was a good little sesh.
Mark just put the team on his back and said, "Hold my beer," because I don't know shit. I don't know nothing.
Bro, I had some stuff I wanted to talk about, but I have a bad habit of not writing it down because I'm so used to not having notes for this. But oh my gosh, dude. I can't remember what it was. Nope, I can't find it. All right, let's I'm trying to think, dude. I have questions I want to pose, but you know what? Let's talk a little politics. Mark,
No.
since we have a diverse group here with some people, well, I think Calvin and I are both independent or not affiliated with Democrat.
I don't give a fuck, bro. Just make everybody's life easier.
Right.
I
And then
hate you, bro. That's all I
Mark,
ask.
I do believe if are you okay with sharing your political affiliation?
Yeah.
And I believe you are Republic, if I do remember correctly.
I wouldn't say Republican. I would say
You just vote a little more conservative in general.
I lean more right than I do left. I'm a
Okay.
centrist, but I lean more to the
Okay.
right than I do to the left. But I do have left views as well.
Right. So we got a pretty neutral, for the most part, viewpoints here. What? Because I actually had this conversation with somebody, I believe it was yesterday. What's your take on? And I think this is a very hot topic right now in terms of just this presidential election that's came up. But what's your take on the border situation?
It's a pretty much a disaster. That's my thought on it.
Which I completely agree. Now, because here's my thing. I don't believe an open border is the way to go. I get
No.
I completely understand people that are like, because you have the extreme liberals that think we should just have it open. Anybody can come in and it's this, that, and the third. I get back in the, because people always bring it back in the day. You could do cool. This is not back in the day. We are a developed country. We have an economic system. We have a government, a body government, which means that there are things as a American citizen you have the right to as an American citizen. And those rights need to be protected as an American citizen. So I definitely don't think open border is not the answer at all,
bro. And listen,
go ahead.
This is what they fail to tell you too in the media about the border. They're going to stick behind. Well, it's just migrants from under. Yeah, I understand that. But what they fail to tell you is they've arrested Chinese nationals coming across there. They've arrested Hamas terrorists that have come across there. They've arrested Al Qaeda terrorists that have come across there. all in the last couple of years. So, because that border is just wide the fuck open.
And what they also don't tell you is the majority of illegal immigrants coming into this country are actually Chinese, which is another interesting thing because that's the biggest, as of right now. I don't know.
Not only Chinese men, not women. It's military-aged men.
Right.
Which is very eyebrow-raising and very scary when you think about it.
Right. So, but here's my thing with the whole border situation. Yes, I don't think open border is not the thing. I do think that our system to become an American citizen is a bit extra. I think it's a little too hard. They make it too hard. I think because have you seen you have to pass a test to become an American citizen. Have you seen the test?
Like, I mean, yeah, it's U.S. history. It's like if you were in high school taking U.S. history. Yeah.
But to an extent, I've read some of the questions on that test. I don't think the average American could pass that.
No, you're dead. Fuck no.
It's crazy. Some of these questions
how many people paid attention during U.S. history in high school? I mean, come on.
It's wild. So, and then here's another problem I have, a small problem I have with the whole just deport all of them. There are some illegal immigrants, or let's say undocumented, however you want to view, whatever. There are people here that are undocumented that aren't here through our system that have been here for decades. They have kids that are here. I think there should be a separate process for people that have been here for a certain amount of time, that have been contributing members of societies. They're not criminals. They started families. They're making money somehow, and that money is being put into the economy. So I do think there needs to be a separate path for these people that have been here 10, 15, whatever it is. I feel like there should be some type of grace given to them for them to be able to get their citizenship in a timely manner. But I also do agree that if there are criminals that are committing crimes that are here, they got to go. They got to go, like right now. But I also think yeah.
My personal opinion, if you're an illegal, you come across and you murder an American citizen, I think you should get the death penalty here. And just, I mean, there's got to be better enforcement on that end too. You've got to deter. You've got to make deterrents to make sure criminals don't come across that border, which we have not done in the last 4 years at all. But I think that should be a new law. If you come across international territory, basically that's what that is. When you come across different countries like that, and you kill a citizen of that country, you should get the death penalty wherever you're at. That's just my opinion.
I don't believe death penalty. I feel like
you could logistically argue that that's an act of war.
Yeah, you could. The death penalty, I do agree there should be some severe consequence. Death penalty or not is a different conversation, but I definitely agree. There should be some level of deterrence or some level of punishment that should be laid down for sure. But the problem I'm having, well, again, I understand media, left-wing, right-wing media, et cetera, but this mass deportation, I think, could end up backfiring. It could.
Maybe.
Because you have people that are here that you just mass deport that, like if you have a mother, let's say a single mother that's undocumented, but her kids were born on U.S. soil, is it right to deport the mom, and leave the two kids?
Well, I see what you're saying, but
it's tough.
But in the situation, if the mom goes, the kids are going to follow, right? I mean, it's just natural.
Is that right? Because the kids are legal U.S. citizens; they're born on U.S. soil. That'd be very un-American if you deport the kids with the mom. I mean, you could argue that it would be better for them to go with the mom, but it's tough because they're.
I mean, it's hard.
They're U.S. citizens.
But to be fair, I understand both sides of the argument on this. But I mean, they say you're not criminal, and you might be a good member of society, but the first act of coming into a new country, you committed a crime.
True.
It is illegal to not go through the proper, like asylum seekers, they won't be touched because they went through the proper channels. They went through the legal ports of entry and got vetted and all that shit, and got their green cards, got their work visas, whatever, they're not going to go anywhere.
Now, to play devil's advocate, let's say you have a lady that crossed the border 15 years ago. She had a kid. Her kids are 10. She has 2 kids, 10 and 12 or whatever.
Well, she crossed 50 years ago. I hope her children are much older than that.
No, well, 15.
Okay, 15.
So,
I thought you said 50. My fault.
So 15 years ago.
Okay.
I feel like at a certain amount of, like, if I get what you're saying, like if she crossed, broke a crime, but 15 years ago, that's a long time. Like at that point, I feel like at
what's
that
the
point,
statute of limitation on it though? Is that a statute of limitation that wears out, or is it never gone?
well, the thing apparently from what I've seen, it's never gone. Because remember, 21 Savage got deported not that long ago. And he
man.
Because he was I believe in UK or something. His
Yeah,
mom came over for a visa. It expired. They never went back. He grew up in Atlanta.
Yeah, I know he did.
So like he wasn't born U.S. soil, but he grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, and when he got deported as a grown adult. So there's obviously no statute of limitation on that. But it's like, and of course, because 21 Savage,
that was the wildest shit I've ever saw in my life.
Right, and because he had money, it was easy for him to get a visa and come back. Because but not everybody has the ability to just have millions of dollars in their back pocket. So I think there's.
I'm surprised they didn't freeze his accounts and shit with him being.
Bro, I can't lie. That was the funniest shit ever. Knowing that he was from the United Kingdom.
Everybody,
that shit was hilarious, bro.
Mark. Well, yeah, it's funny. It's funny when you hear about that shit, and then you're just like, "Oh shit, he's a."
This man talking about murdering everybody in his song. And
yeah,
my man is United Kingdom.
it's that, but then you're like, "All right, dude." So he's been here for that long, and they just not documented. What other slip ups have they had?
Oh, bro.
It's like what the
a lot.
Bro, there's terrorists in here. There's Chinese national. There, bro. Like if you like, I don't know where you dealt on 9/11 if you believe all the conspiracies or not. But like those guys, I mean, that was years ago. Obviously, they were like on the terror watch list and got in. I mean, people. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like they knew. Like that guy knew. Those guys were bad.
They got informed about the stuff, ahead of time.
And they got in. Think about that.
I just think it's hard to just have a blanketed rule because again, it's very, very nuanced. But I do think if there was a system to where you look at each individual case, okay, this lady's been here 15 years. She has kids that are U.S. citizens. It's not right to rip her from the kids. There's nobody else like next of kin here. I think for those particular cases, again, if I don't know, again, it's hard to say if they are not criminals because there would be no criminal record because they're not documented. So like they don't exist. So I don't even know how you're here 15 years and anyway, that's besides the point. I think for those law-abiding citizens, law-abiding immigrants, contributing to societies with kids that are legal, even not kids, but that's a different situation. I think for those people, there should be a system of, okay, we're going to give you a temporary visa, and we're going to have some type of program that since they're here, they've been here this long, no problems, no criminal record, et cetera, maybe some type of temporary, okay, we're going to give you a visa just so we don't rip you from your kids here. But in that time frame, there should be a program where they can get citizenship by the end of the program and be able to stay here as an American citizen. Something like that, I think would be fair for those specific situations. But like you said with the criminal stuff, you got to go. You got to go. If you're smuggling drugs, if you're trafficking people over here or people out here, you got to go.
That's the biggest problem they got. I mean,
you got to go.
Think about all the fentanyl that's came across that fucking border, dude. It's just killing people left and
all
right.
The fentanyl.
Dude, I saw a stat that, and I agree with this, the Mexican drug cartels have killed more Americans than actual terror groups.
I've seen that I've seen that stat as well.
Just from shit being laced with fentanyl.
It's tough, bro.
And I'm pretty sure they're going to label which they should. They are terrorists. They should label the cartels as terrorist organization because they are. Because they don't really come across the United States because they knew they would die, but they are like they terrorize people in Mexico as is. Venezuelan gangs and all that shit too. Look at it. I mean, bro, we all saw the video in Colorado, right? Of the Venezuelan gangs taking over a whole ass apartment complex with AKs in their hand. Like we got problems. So we really got to get fixed.
Yeah, they gotta go.
That should never happen in the United States ever.
Yeah, it's tough. That's unacceptable. Absolutely. Well, that's all I had. Wanted to speak on some relevant topics for right now, for sure, but that's all I got. If anybody else got some stuff they want to get off their chest before we close here?
I ain't got nothing.
No.
You want to do the NBA next week since it's late?
Bro, we can get this thing popped out in 15 minutes, bro.
Shit.
While we on here.
All right.
Is that all?
I'm good, bro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been GoT615. Catch you guys next week. Calvin, don't go nowhere, bro. All right, I'm gonna stop it.
He said, don't you leave.
Oh.